What we have here is a XTM X-Cellerator Nitro version. These are great cars. They're basically designed looking like the Losi XXX NT cars, 110 scale. There's several parts that are cross-compatible. You can use from the Losi. A lot of hobby stores will carry Losi parts, but not XTM parts. But you can get like tires. They're Losi compatible. And from what I'm told, I don't know this for sure because my car is still all stock, factory XTM. I've heard that the differential gears can be swapped. Some of them can be replaced with the Losi gears or even associated gears. This here on the bell housing or the clutch bell and the spur gear, those can be replaced with Losi XXX NT gears. And I think the arms, the A-arms here, I've looked at them at a hobby store, held them up to the car, and they look like they will be a direct replacement for the XTM X-Cellerator. I have personally busted mine. That's why you see these colorful zip ties here on this side. When I had it the second day of owning the car, I slammed into a pole doing about 30 plus, and it broke both of them. Broke the front one completely off, and the back one, it busted the front half here of the back arm, and then today I tumbled the car pretty good and it completed busting the back half. Those zip ties don't hold up real well. I should have bought the better ones. They bust even when you're trying to tighten them down on the car. The car has a very good motor, a very powerful motor. It's an XTM 0.18 motor, approximately 1.3 horsepower, 3cc motor. Excellent horsepower, assuming you break it in properly and do a good break-in on it. If you don't, the car probably won't run right at all for you. Once you get it tuned up, it's very fast. If you'll notice some of my other videos, you can kind of get an idea of how quick the car is. My car is all stock, still has the stock gears, everything. The only thing that's not factory on it is the radio system. I replaced my radio and receiver with a Futaba system. I managed to screw up my radio and just put my Futaba that I've had for years in there. Works great. It doesn't take a real fancy radio system or nothing, just something that'll throttle and brake and steer the car. Other than that, there's probably more Losi parts that are cross-compatible, but I don't know for sure because, like I said, this whole car is stock. Very durable car, very fast. I've heard some guys take and re-gear it with a different clutch bell and different spur gears so they have more get up off the line and less top end. This car, personally, from what I can tell, I've never raced it yet, but it has a lot of get up. Gets up real quick and has a lot of top end. I strapped my handheld GPS to it and clocked it at about 42.3 miles per hour. And you're not going to get any more accurate than a GPS telling you that. So it's quite dirty, but like you can take a spray bottle full of denatured alcohol, spray the car down. I just pretty much soak the whole car, take a toothbrush and a paintbrush and brush all the dirt away. Take an air compressor and you can blow it dry, or you can take a can of air and spray it down as well and dry it and blow all the cracks out and everything. You can get the parts like the A-arms at the local hobby store for about $8 to $9 for a set. So for about 20 bucks you can replace all the A-arms. And like mine, I've got on order, but if I bust them again, I'll probably just go to the local hobby store and get some Losi XXX NT arms for it and put them on there. Always run your pre-filter on it, oil it up good. I use Marvel Mystery Oil. It's in a red bottle. You can get it at Walmart for about $3 a quart. I use it on everything. I use it for after run oil. It does a great job. I use it to, after I've cleaned out the bearings with the denatured alcohol and blew them out, you can take and drip some Marvel Mystery Oil on them and work it into them and put them back on the car. But I basically use it to lubricate everything on the car. It's a good light, basically machine oil. It's real light oil, but it does a great job of lubricating and protecting from corrosion and stuff from the hydroscopic glow fuel. Which hydroscopic basically means that it attracts water and causes corrosion on the metals in the motor and in the engine. So I use it to lubricate everything up, and it's a good protectant. After the car's clean, you can take and spray it down with some WD-40 and wipe off the excess. And actually, the next time, you would think it would cause it to collect dirt, which it may a little bit, but the next time you go to clean it, whenever you spray it with that with the denatured alcohol, it does a great job of just coming off of there, because it basically keeps that glow fuel from actually sticking to the parts on the car as well. So spray it down with it. The denatured alcohol does a great job because it doesn't hurt the electronics. It doesn't leave any nasty residue behind or anything. It does a good job of cleaning, and it evaporates quickly, so you end up with unharmed electronics on the car, and don't leave any moisture behind for things to rust up or corrode. And it doesn't eat plastics as well, so you don't have to worry about melting anything on the car. Please, if you get time, check out my other videos so you can kind of get an idea of how the car runs. I've still got to get some new tires, so if you notice on some of my videos, it's hard to maintain control of it because these tires are worn bald here on the inside. Whenever you get the car, these cars run best at high speeds if they've got a little bit of negative camber on the back tires, which they do come from the factory. With that in there, I had to zero mine out because I wanted to get some usage out of the outside treads. I ran mine on the pavement too much and ran them bald, so I'll end up using these as my street slicks before long. So if you take, next set of tires I'm going to get are going to be low-C tires probably, but I'll put the negative camber back in it. It helps it handle under acceleration a lot better and not spin around and do donuts. Then on the front, you want to put, from the factory, mine didn't have it, but if you put a couple degrees of negative camber in there as well, it'll handle a lot better under power on the turns. Like if you turn while it's under power, it'll actually grip versus just going straight on you. So it's something to think about as far as tuning. Other than that, the factory tuning is pretty good, except for on the needle valves. They tell you 5 turns on the low-speed needle valve right here on the carb. Start out with more like 2 to 2.5. Otherwise, it's a pain to get the car started. I kept trying to start it, and it kept flooding on me. Couldn't get it to start and run for more than about 2 to 3 seconds. And the high speed here, start with about 3, which they tell you that's a good setting to start with, then lean it out as you go. But on the low speed needle valve, definitely lean it out a couple turns, or 2 or 3 turns to get started, where the car won't start for you. So if you have any other questions, leave me a comment and I'll post as quick as I can on it. Great little car, very durable, very fast, and at an excellent price. Have a nice day.